Good morning, Facebook. I am Fire Lotus, which you probably already know this by now. But I am Fire Lotus. I do these morning witches chats live. They start anywhere from 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time or 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they can go on for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Just depends. Okay, let's see. Got that out of the way. For anyone who is tuning in for the first time, I have been breaking down the Halloween Oracle deck alphabetically since I started this, which was, I believe, the second week in July. We are currently on the, I want to say 20? I counted this right before I did this. I should remember this. But, I don't know what I was about to say with the but let me pause this completely, because I'm about to try to do something that I haven't done, and we're going to see if it works, because if it does, holy shit, this is amazing. But I don't know just yet, because I don't want to burn through all my data. Yeah, okay. Not going to be able to do what I wanted to do. Anyways, so yes, I will be breaking down the mummy card, but before I get into that, because I do want to wait a little bit, with that being stated, I did get some very sad news today. WitchVox, or Witch's Voice, it's actually spelled Vox, WitchVox, they are going to be closing down, sadly, very soon. Alright, let's see if I can do this. I don't know if they can hear me, though. Wait. And by the way, if y'all hear Liquor, it's just because he is currently locked out of the room. So, but, let me look that up and make sure I can tell y'all the right date for this. But for anybody who doesn't know, WitchVox is a website that has been around for forever. No, but it is a site that was put together, and basically it's broke down by state. It's broke down by adult, group, and teen. And basically what it was it was almost like a social media, but kind of an older school one, to where you could create a profile, you could make posts if you wanted to. Oh my god, is it already down? Oh, whew. Okay, so, the exact date will be... Oh, okay, wow. So, actually, I think it's already taken place. They noted it, they put it up on the 15th, November the 15th. So, basically, as of December the 1st, the Witch's Voice, or WitchVox, will no longer be, and it has actually been a network on the net since 1997. Holy shit. And I don't really know why. I think it's because they are supposed to be transferring a lot of the articles and stuff on WitchVox to their Facebook page. If y'all want, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to go ahead and post a link in the bio, or in the comments below for y'all. To anybody who hasn't checked out the site, you totally should, because just due to the simple fact, if you are new, or if you want to know if there are any practitioners around you, honestly, that's like the best. This site is one of the go-to. I kind of prefer it a lot of the times, more than, well, a lot, actually. But, let's not do that. There we go. Anyways, sorry about that. I'm trying to do some stuff on here to get viewers in. But, yes, it's down there, you can go on there, pick your state. It'll show you if there are any covens, if there are any groups anywhere near you. It will also tell you articles, lots of articles on there. Really good articles, actually. And it used to give a lot of updates on what was actually happening in the witchy world. And I'm assuming Facebook Messenger kind of killed that a little bit due to the simple fact most people are using it now. Liquor, you're fine. Yes, you are. You're perfectly fine. I don't know if y'all can hear that, but that's one of the reasons I'm not letting him in. He's in that transition to where, like, he's a teen. So he's kind of going through that, you know. Well, if you ever own a cat, you know what I mean. Actually, some shocking news, really quick, on cats. Aphrodite had 3 kittens. They're all males, which is just weird because I didn't even think that was possible. I thought at least, you know, there'd be at least 1 female in there. As far as I can tell right now, yeah, no, it is very kind of sad, actually. But, yeah. But okay, anyways, WitchVox, the website link is in the comments, but you can go on there, and it, like I said, it was an amazing site. I don't know if the site was created before its time. Like I said, I believe Facebook kind of killed that, because now you go on Facebook and you type in witch, and you go to groups, and there's so many groups that pop open, but there's always been issues with groups, and I've been in a lot of groups before, and to all of the practitioners out there who actually have a coven up, running, and working properly, all power to you, because you go into witch wars, and then we're in this weird stage in humanity to where, like, I don't know, it's very weird. We're in this stage, and I'm pretty sure it has to do with social media, but we're in this stage to where we're so opinionated that we've forgotten that, for one, you don't always have to insert your opinion, and then for 2, not everybody is going to agree with it. And that is something I'm still having to remind myself every single day. I'll catch myself. Because literally all it is just if somebody comments something on your post that, like, you don't agree with, okay, fine. It is, for one, it's, if you think you're going to be able to change somebody's belief just by basically throwing everything you have at them, you're not. You're wrong. All it's going to do is piss them off more. Because in a situation like that, both sides feel attacked. And again, with me, I still do this every single time. But it's also something I'll work on. Like, just yesterday, I've noticed that if I start to say something, not really like, oh, that person's stupid or something like that, but, like, if I throw shade towards that person, I stop myself right then, and I'm like, nope, stop, can't do that, not supposed to do that, stop. And it's very funny, too, because this is, well, I'm pretty sure most people do this on a regular basis, but they don't voice it. I'm like that. I try to be as transparent with y'all as I can. A lot of the issues that I had with some of the people, and it's so funny because this goes into so many other aspects, and it's all about perspective. With having YouTube and having my Instagram, and then me trying to go from Instagram to YouTube, if you've never actually uploaded on YouTube, it's an extremely intimidating place, just due to the fact that you have all of these other people that are also posting some, if not the same content that you are, just in their own way. And, like, I'm pretty sure for the people who watch this who have kept up with these, on here, and even in my YouTube videos, I even stated that, I was overthinking myself. I was trying to compete or trying to make my content look like everybody else's content. But that's when I also had to step back, and I'm like, wait, For everybody who sees that, that is just a shadow. I swear it's not dirt. It looks like dirt. It's driving me crazy. It may be dirt. I don't know. Oh, no. It's the eyeliner stuff. Or the shadow stuff. Anyways. I kept saying, you know, why am I not getting this response? Why is this not happening? Why am I not getting the views? And I realized, for one, the people that I was looking up to, they have been doing this for 10 years. 10 plus years. Or they had been doing this way longer than I had. For two, I don't know where or what was going on in their lives to be able to do everything that they've done. And that right there is something that us as a humanity, we need to fix, we need to learn, and we need to stop. If you start a new job, or say if you bring somebody in on one of your jobs, or if you're living with somebody, or if you're around somebody who literally can walk in a store and get whatever the hell they want and don't have to worry about it, or these people that on the outside or the first look, it looks like they have their shit together. For one, you have to stop yourself when that happens, and you have to say, wait, I don't know their backstory. I don't know what is different from their life or my life. And with that, I've lived with people, some good friends of mine, and the way that he was raised was when he got into high school and he was old enough to get a job, all the money that he made with that job, he didn't have to spend it. He put it, the people that raised him put it in a savings account for him. So by the time he had graduated high school, he already had a great foundation to start off on. And then he was great with money, so but you have me on the other hand. I'm working a job. I'm working almost every day a week. I'm bringing in money. I'm doing everything I can. And at the end of the day, I still have enough to basically pay my rent, buy a little food, and that's it. Now, it wasn't just like that. There was a lot of shit that I was doing back then, mainly drinking uncontrollably. I just turned 21 and addiction problems. What? But, yeah. And it used to drive me crazy because I'm like, why am I failing at this? Why am I not up there with them? And like I said, it took a person, my partner, it took him, because before him, I'd never understood this or even thought about it. In any type of situation, try taking yourself out. Take yourself out of the equation and try looking in on it like you are a person from the outside. And I promise you, if you start teaching yourself to do that, so much stuff will be way more simpler. Because it took me learning that, it took a good 3 or 4 years for me to actually realize what that meant. And that's what I try to do now every single day. I try to take myself out of the equation, or out of the situation, at least my viewpoint, to where I can see both sides. That's another reason I drive some people crazy, is because with like debating and stuff, it's very hard for me to be like, well, you're wrong, because at the same time I see your point too, but at the same time I see my point. But yeah, change your perspective. It definitely helps, but you also have to stop looking at everybody of why are they here, why can they have this life, what am I doing wrong? You're not doing anything wrong. This is no race. And if anything, if you look at it like a race, what are you racing to end? You're literally racing to death. That's the end. And I shared a post on here actually, yesterday, and I loved it so much because it's like one of my favorite life, quotes that I have, which is, life is not about creating yourself. Life is about finding yourself. Our life isn't about finding yourself. I said that completely backwards. Life is not about finding yourself. Life is about creating yourself. And with me, I personally like a lot. I don't really do it nowadays, but I have before. I tend to, let me see. I tend to either overthink stuff, and then I also tend to, which I'm slowly stopping, I compare myself to everybody else. I'm like, why am I not where they're at? Why am I not where they're at? And like I said, I have to remind myself, look, it's not a race. And for one, we all go through different things. We all have different upraisings. You don't know what that person went through to have what they have, vice versa. And like I said, this is one of the most challenging things that I've ever had to do to myself, is to actually stop myself when I say something shady. And it's so funny because that saying that you hear, which is, all the things that you don't like about people, the reason you don't like that is because it's actually an aspect of yourself that you're mirroring. You're seeing an aspect of yourself in somebody else that you don't like. And that's a lot of the reason that ties in with the whole ego thing. That's the reason Buddhists, for example, Buddha, he was like, let go of your ego. It's not, but with that, and like I said, life is not about finding yourself, it's about creating yourself. I get lost, and I used to say it a lot. I used to say, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I don't know who I am anymore. What is this? And it took me realizing and me saying that quote that it's true. Life is not about creating yourself. Life is not about finding yourself, because you can't get lost. Okay, now that I found these two, these go in. This right here is something that I'm trying to do every single day, which is you must find the peace inside yourself you must find the place inside yourself where nothing is impossible. I'm still trying to find that sacred space, that space to where, like, I know everything in me is, there are no limits. Because I have anxiety disorder. I have a couple of anxiety disorders. Currently I'm agoraphobic. And to anybody agoraphobic? Agoraphobic? I keep saying it wrong, pronouncing it wrong, but to anybody who doesn't know what that is, I talked about it in a couple of videos before, but it is basically, I thought it was the fear of the world, the fear of locations and stuff like that. No, it's not. Glorophobia. Is it glorophobia? Agoraphobia? Agoraphobia? Anyways, it is a fear of fear itself. And to anybody who's, like, followed me for a while, you're kind of like, wow, that's a paradox with you, right? Because what do? I literally preach every single day. Stop fearing fear itself. Fearing fear itself is literally, for one, is the ultimate fear and the ultimate anxiety. And with me, basically, because I've been doing more research on it, on trying to understand it and to understand why it's happening to me right now. Through this, though, I've actually realized that I had this my entire life, the majority of my entire life. It's just the symptoms that were showing fit with a lot of other things that were going on in my life, so the pieces were never put together. But I fear the fear of being put into a situation to where it triggers my anxiety attack. And from what I've gathered from agoraphobic, again, I know everybody out there, don't come for me, I'm pronouncing it wrong, but and it is basically what has happened with me, for example, is my body has had so many anxiety attacks or so many panic attacks that my body itself has triggered a mechanism, which is basically, it prevents me from putting myself into situations that would cause me to freak the fuck out. Now, the reason I say that I've shown this before is because when I lived in Enterprise and I was living with somebody, me and a roommate, we had our own place, I could not leave my house, and I used to have to walk 2 hours, or an hour there and an hour back, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, to my job, depending on where I lived at that point in time. And I would have to either, I would have to call somebody. I had 2 people, primarily, at first it was one person, which was my mom, and then when I met my partner, he became my anchor, but I would actually have to talk to somebody or listen to music in headphones to walk out my front door by myself, if it was just me and I had to walk to work. I did it, but I was also put into a situation to where if I wouldn't have done it, I would have been homeless and living in a box. But I was always like that. Even when I lived at home, my room was my sanctuary. I would barely, there were literally, when I moved in with my stepfather, there were days and weeks that the only time I left my room was to go get something to eat or to use the bathroom. Other than that, primarily, I was in my room. It was my safe space. But with that, all the times that I've had to work or be put into the spotlight of where I was working, and it freaked me out. Like, it still freaks me out. But basically, that has morphed, and now, due to the fact that everything that has happened in the past 2 years, counting this year, 2 years, 2018, 2019, my body itself and my brain has reached that point where it's like, look, we can't do this anymore. Which, aka, is basically why, as of right now, I'm homebound. August the 1st was the last day that I worked at the company that I was working for. Since then, I've rarely left the house. If I have, it's been just to drive to one place and come home. Or it's to go and chill at a safe place. My safe place. And what a safe place means is it's a place that I can go outside of my house to where I feel comfortable. But when I was recently in October actually diagnosed with agoraphobic, or agoraphobic. And I honestly didn't believe her, because I was like, because I told her, I was like, I don't want to leave my house. Like, I have trouble walking out my back door, walking probably 5 feet to 10 feet up our driveway to put my trash can out for the trash truck to get it. And you're thinking, well, why? That's your house. I fear walking outside and one of my neighbors coming up and me having to talk to them, aka being put into an uncomfortable situation. So I won't. Now, if I'm on the phone, if I'm talking to somebody, primarily talking to somebody mainly distracts my mind enough. Or if I'm listening to music, I can. Or if somebody's with me. If somebody's here at the house with me, I'm completely fine. I can do whatever I want in the yard. But to me personally, and the reason I'm bringing this up in this live is because it had not really truly dawned on me until this past Saturday. This past Saturday, we were going to Dollar General right up the road from my house. And I'd been there plenty of times. But this particular day, when we got there, there were a lot of people there. And I was excited. I was pumped. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to force myself to get out of this car, go in this store, get what we have to get, and leave, right? Nope. As soon as we pulled up there and I opened my door, my chest started tightening and started to hurt. My heart rate started to jump. I got all, like, spacey and completely out of it. And my partner was like, it's okay. You can stay in the car. Like, it's okay. I can do this by myself. It's okay. But it was the first time since all of this to where it was actually thrown into a perspective for me. Like, holy shit. Honestly, it's very vulnerable. Like, it's hard to explain, but it's like literally somebody had just ripped freedom away from me. So that's what I'm currently going through, or what I talk about a lot. Or if I say I don't leave my house, that's why. I am in the process of trying to get help, but that's a long road for what I'm going to have to be doing. So, anyways, enough with that. But I just want to know, because like I said before, and like I did on my Instagram, I'm very transparent with everybody, or with the people that follow me. I want to make sure you know where I'm at. That way, if something that I have planned doesn't go as well, that's why, okay? So I have working with a lot of things and trying to do this all by myself. So bear with me. I promise you everything, all these lives and everything like that will get way better. But since I've been rambling on about what's going on in my life, it is time for the card of today. Like I stated before, I've been breaking this deck down alphabetically. November the 1st, I did skip forward, but yesterday actually would have been, our day for yesterday would have been that card, so, are y'all ready? Mummy. Change. That's a very interesting card, especially from some stuff that's going on in background life. But, change. Mummy. So, what does the mummy stand for? The sand in his mouth, the bandages wound, jealous of the living, eternal life bound. The ancient Egypts took death very serious. Death was seen, not seen as many of us see it. A finality to be dreaded, but just the beginning of life, and often eternal life, is a better place, the afterlife. The practice of honoring and preserving the body through a complex process of mummification was central to ancient Egyptian culture. This was not just a physical embalming process, but a careful, enhanced ritual process that ensured preservation in the next world. Many other cultures also mummified their dead, including the Incans, the Antarcticans, and many cultures of the Torres Strait Islands. In our modern horror genre, The Mummy has become an icon. For early horror writers at the turn of the century to the very popular film The Mummy and the Mummy's Return, the plot normally revolves around a mummy returning to life and cursing and hunting down the living. The discovery of King Tut's tomb and other long-hidden Egyptian treasures in the 1920s in particular sparked exploration in mummy-related films and literature. Should you pull the Moaning Mummy card from the deck, know that change is enveloped, and no matter how hard you try, things will not proceed exactly the same way. This card indicates that the changes will be for the better. The endings, the closed doors, the barriers, this is just a healthy pause and an indication that a change of tactics is needed. You are not cursed. You have just developed a pattern you can control and change it. Now with that card, there's so much to say about that. For one, I think a lot of people always fear change. I know for me, no matter if it's good, no matter if it's bad, I fear the change. I do not like the change at all. It scares the shit out of me. It's also something that I can't control. Also with that, with the whole you are not cursed, you have just developed patterns that you can take control of and change. A lot of the things, especially like I stated before, in retrogrades, and hello everybody who's joining or watching, that happen in retrogrades, that's basically what that is. There are certain points and certain times of the year when, depending on the planets, they will line up, and it's the universe's way of saying, okay, well, you didn't get the subtle hints we sent you before. So here, we're going to highlight these patterns. These things that keep happening in your life over and over again. Could be a different age, different place, different time, different person, different events. Same thing though. What that is, it's basically, it's the universe's way of saying, okay, look, this is no longer serving you. You have to fix this. You have to break this pattern. If not, if you go into something that you've already done time and time again, if you go into it with the same plan you had before, it's going to fail. Why? Because that is the definition of insanity. Trying to do something the same way over and over and over again, expecting a different outcome. It won't happen. That is literally the definition of insanity. But with that, and these conversations can get so deep, and I never know. Oh, hello! I'm so glad you're joining. Hello from the UK. That is awesome. If you like this, please share it to all your friends. I do these every morning. That phone's dying. Not my phone, the other phone. But once I get through with these decks, with this particular deck. I don't know if I will be breaking down, because these are an Oracle deck. And for anybody who doesn't know, an Oracle and Tarot, they're the same, but at the same time, they are different. They're the same as their divination tools and their cards. And they kind of work the same. The only difference is Tarots are way, way, way more in-depth than most Oracle cards. But you can use Oracle cards with Tarot cards, and you can use them just like the same. But, with that being stated, until I get me a new deck, after the Halloween Oracle cards, we have an option, and I will be setting a poll up on my page, so check out for that. But we will be doing the option between, I will be breaking down either the Medicine Spirit of the Will meditation deck. I always call this the Native American Medicine Will Spirit Oracle deck. But it's either going to be that one, or it will actually be Tarot, the Green Witch Tarot. So I don't know which one, because if I dedicate myself to, or if we dedicate ourselves to this, that's a lot of. Which, I don't know. If I do this one, I will actually break it down with major arcanas and then minor. So that would be like a 2-step process. And then these right here. I love these the most. Honestly, out of these decks, I love y'all equally decks. But this one right here, this one's very, very emotionally deep. Like, this will call your ass out emotionally. Straight up, it will call you out. But yeah, I will be going over those. It is still in the works. It may be due to, the agoraphobia. Agoraphobia, I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but you know what I mean. Due to that, I am having issues with actually, like, leaving my house and going to certain places. But, like I stated earlier, it's still in the works, but I do have a few people that I will be bringing in, and either I will be going to their house or meeting up with them doing it, or I will be pulling them on here, so where it'll be like I'm Skyping, or me and the other person will be chatting, but I will be interviewing them on, well, different things. If you are a practitioner and you do see this, if you are interested about possibly later on, probably sometime next year in 2020, being part of this live and actually being me interviewing you, definitely let me know. Like I said, there are a lot of things that I am in the works planning. But as of right now, I'm the only person doing all of this, on top of managing my mental health and just normal life. So, like, it's very hard to keep up with, but I'm gonna do it. Like I said, if you did miss this, I will be uploading it to my YouTube later on today. Knock on wood, if everything, though, goes as planned as what is happening, what has currently taken place, I may have a special guest sometime in December coming on in a live, and hopefully will also be helping me out with some things behind the scenes. And the particular thing that I'm talking about, this will be in the work for 5 years. 5 years, roughly, if not more. So yeah, big thing right there. With that, I do at some point, I'm still trying to figure it out. I want to have a night to where I'm actually around my fire, or the fire pit, and actually have a fire and just kind of chill out. But like I said, I'm working with what I have now. I by the way, anybody who does see this, I also do oracle readings and tarot readings through email and or messenger, on Instagram, Facebook. Email me or inbox me on here. So yeah, and I'm not expensive at all. So yeah, there's that. Like I said, there's so many other things in the works that I'm planning. I will also hopefully be making at least 1 to 2 full-on videos that will specifically be going to my YouTube. Good morning. Then yes, thank you so much. If this happens, it's going to be very good. But yeah, I still have videos. My main problem right now that I've been having is due to the fact that I'm by myself a lot. I'm that type of person, if I'm left alone by myself, I get trapped in my head. And my head used to be a sanctuary for me, but it doesn't tend to be that way now. So a lot of the times when I'll actually like sit down and I'll start making a video, and I'll stop midway because I get in my head and then I start questioning myself and then I stop. So that's the like this at like the card said, the patterns that we keep repeating. Yeah, that's a pattern that I will hopefully be breaking today. But I get so wrapped up in my head, and then I start comparing my content to other people's content, and yeah, social media is the devil, I swear. Kind of. Where would we be without it, right? But I still will be doing those. Now, after Christmas, things will be changing a lot. AKA, I hopefully will not be doing this from my phone, and I'll actually have a camera. Now, I on my Instagram, I had asked last week, I think over this weekend, I had asked what would be suggestions of YouTube videos y'all would like to see. If you have any suggestions, or if you have a topic that you don't know that much of and you think I do, let me know, and if I don't know it, I will try to research. I will try to research a lot of it. With the Charmed, I'm still not Charmed. With the Craft updates, not much has been released just yet. I've still got to like actually stock them. Oh my god, I almost forgot. So, I want to start this thing to where like every day I'm doing a horoscope. But I want to find a general horoscope. I guess in a way I could just use these as like your daily horoscope. The card of the day would be that's what you got through the day. But I am going to start speaking about and before I say this, no, this is not paid promotion. No promotion here. But Astromatrix, I've talked about this app before. And again, I will do a link in the comments, but Astromatrix, it is a free app. Now you can actually, I did not know this until I didn't say it before. You can actually sign up and subscribe to it and like become a monthly subscriber, and it unlocks a lot of stuff. But all the stuff that they do have that is free, it's amazing. I've learned so much about just things to look out for and bunch of other stuff like it. But like I said, it's an incredible app, and how I got as far as I did without it for this long, I have no idea. It's 100% free though. You can download it. The only thing you will need to know is the exact moment you were born, your exact time, down to a T, the exact time, and the city you were born in, and the state. And then with that, you will, it'll pull up your birth chart or your natal chart, aka a screenshot of the stars of the exact moment you were born in the universe. And with that, it breaks you completely down. It breaks every aspect of your personality down. And if you learn to use it correctly, which I'm still trying to learn more about astrology because it is extremely hard, you can predict stuff as well. But with that, and the reason I love this app is because how many times have you downloaded the like quote unquote best horoscope app and it had nothing to do with your life whatsoever? This little bad boy, this amazing app, it actually selects stuff for specifically personalized for you. For you. On top of that, it lets you know which planet moves where, if it's going to affect you, what to look for, what you may need to look out for. Like today, I think it's Mercury. not Mercury, Mars. Here soon, Mars is going to be, I don't want to say that. But there's the link to the Astro app. That takes you to the website, but from the website you can find the app too. And what's really cool is I actually talked to the creator behind this app on Instagram. So they do have an Instagram account, but I have talked to them. So that's going to be exciting if that goes the way that I'm hoping it will. And yeah, I will be getting some more, I'm low on my, craft supplies right now, so I do have to kind of, restock on that. I clicked the wrong thing. Let me see. I'm trying to pull up the exact thing that I shared. Yeah, Saturn opposition natal Mars. So right now Saturn's opposite of my Mars. But I want to say Mars is moving into a certain house. So be prepared for that. Yeah, Scorpio to Mars is driven and focused on getting what it wants. We're preserving single-minded and strong. The desire to experience our emotional depths as well as the huge to the potential to the surface of life in order to explore deeper levels of existence is powerful. We are fascinated with what others tend to repress. In some ways, we are attracted to crisis as we see crisis as transformation and emotional exciting. We would rather feel extremely emotions than nothing at all. I believe that's just for Scorpions, though. But, those are going to work. There was a particular thing that I wanted to talk about, and apparently it wasn't that important. I was asked to do horoscope videos or videos on the horoscopes. I'm gonna wait a little bit to do that because I don't like really talking a lot about stuff that I would prefer to have more information about it. Because like I said, my videos, they're not to change somebody's mind. They're not to convert you to practicing magic or to practicing a witch or anything like that. There are ways that, for one, it helps me every single day, but I like to share stuff that I find that can help somebody else. And if any of my content, if you walk away learning something new or your perception has changed on a certain aspect, I'm completely happy with that. Then I can go to sleep at night. If I can go to sleep, if I can lay my head down and just know that everything that I put out there, at least one person has walked away learning something, or it has helped them, or it has brightened their day, then I can go to sleep happy. Because that means I at least helped one person. And I know for a fact these videos have helped more than one person because I've gotten feedback, and it's incredible. Also, everybody who is looking for an awesome podcast, I post all of her episodes almost every Sunday. Southern Fried Witch. She has a Facebook page. Also, she has Spotify. I'm not for sure what other platforms her podcasts are on, but Spotify, Southern Fried Witch. She is amazing. She also has a blog that I can post in the comments if y'all would like me to. But I was like, wait, what? Yeah, I was trying to find more information on the movies and the remakes that I had previously stated earlier. I haven't really been able to find that much on the updates, which I also haven't stalked their Instagram accounts yet. And with that, I did want to say something very cool. that I have to talk and I have to see how December lines up. But I may be planning something for the people that are close to me. And sorry for the people who do not like to see smoking. It's so weird too. Okay, I don't know what that was. But it's so weird too how like nobody ever stated that you can't smoke cigarettes while doing a live, but it was just always there. It's very weird. I will be planning something, hopefully, depending on how everything plays out, for a small get-together for the people that are local. Sadly, I wish I could invite, like, every fucking body, but for the people that are local, I may be trying to plan something for here at my house around the fire. Not ritual, nothing, like, witchcraft related. Well, I mean, magic is going to be involved, yes, but it's not like a pagan meetup. It will just be a straight up meetup for people and to kind of celebrate the new year. Also, to everybody who sees this that is local, if you want to go to the flea market on a Saturday or a Sunday, let me know. I can talk to my partner and we'll get something planned out to where it can be like a meet and greet, like a meetup. Not to mention because I think last time I mentioned it, I said the wrong one, but there's a flea market right up the road. It's an amazing place. But, yes, with that being said, now, with WitchVox shutting down, if I stumble upon another site like that, because, and by the way, if y'all see this, if y'all know of another site that is like WitchVox, basically a social media for pagans or new age or spiritual people, please let me know. I would love to see it, and if I come across one, I will post it. Liquor, you're not dying, hush. And see, he hushed. He has anxiety issues like I do. But yeah, I will be cutting this one short because I will be uploading this to YouTube. I will be jumping on Instagram right after this, doing a live there, and then some point today I'll be making 2 videos. So yes, thank you everybody who has watched this. Thank you if you just stopped in for a couple minutes. Thank you so much. I would love it if you were to share it or if you were to like it. And give me feedback. If I said something that you liked, if I said something you didn't like, or vice versa, whatever, let me know. The more feedback I get, the better this will be. And right now, due to how I am and due to how the world is, I'm not paying Facebook to, like, boost my posts and stuff. So please, if you come across anything that I post, be an article, be a status, be a live, be a video, please share it. It helps my page get out there, which in turn helps get more people to watch my lives, which in turn makes me push forward and do more stuff. Liquor, hush! You're not dying. There's just a door separating you from me. He is literally like my child. But anyways, thank you, my lovely sprouts, and just my lovely people. Yeah, remember what the card said. This is an indication that change is coming. Don't try to run from it, because it's going to happen. And it's also the universe saying, look, there are patterns that are repeating in your lives. You need to look at it. But with that, I will be signing off. So, Fire Lotus signing off here. But I hope y'all all have a magical morning, noon, afternoon, night. I don't know your life. You could be getting in from work. You could be going to school. I don't know. But I hope this video brought some type of sunshine to you. At least made you smile or laugh a little bit. Until then, peace.